It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
I've yet to meet a wide receiver who likes to block more than catching the football, but the best ones understand that that's how they'll actually get more passes thrown to them if they help in the run game. And anytime you get a run of that yardage, that means the wide receivers did help.
And all the way home for a Broncos score. C.J. Anderson, 32 yards. And the Broncos are an extra point away from taking the lead. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run, end result, 6 points.
Touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Tyler Lockett now with a return. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now what they want to see here, he's still down on the field. Obviously such an important part of their passing game, and the training staff, they're going to have to attend to it. Now Wilson on first down. The grab made by Curse over the middle. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. In the slot on the right is Graham. On second down, Wilson. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
If you're running out route, it's likely you end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
They run with a power back. Rawls. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They go again with Rawls. Muscles him off. And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. Back now in Seattle, Washington. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the fourth. Second down, 8. Pitch goes to Rawls. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. So second down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on third. Wilson now to throw on third down. And he finds Jimmy Graham. A gain of 8 and a first down.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And the QB steps over the line of scrimmage. That's an illegal forward pass.
And that is so rare, because at the different positions, you have to know different things. Wide receivers have to know where the first down line is. Quarterbacks almost always know where the line of scrimmage is.
On second down, here's Wilson. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
And that is incomplete. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This for a fourth quarter lead. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. He's going to try and go deep again. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Broncos will take over on downs. And Denver getting set to take the field. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot. Yeah. But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad.
Is that what he
would have kept it on the ground.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some.
Let's go!
On 1st down. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line. All the elements of what you want out of a play came together on that one. A really nice run, took care of the football, and even more importantly, taking the clock under 4 minutes now. At this stage of the game, how do you bleed out the clock, take care of the ball, and make sure the other team doesn't have a chance to come back on you? You're looking at your sheet, how many timeouts are left, how many runs do we need to close it out? That's what the coach is looking at right now. Situational football, trying to gain a victory.
Thomas, the lone receiver, left. Now they'll look to throw it with Lynch. Screenplay, Anderson. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And here we go on 1st and goal. They run it with Bibbs. Power on power, but he's not going to get in. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Let's just go ahead and go back through that play with his eyes, because he's got to read his keys. Run or pass right off the top. He's probably going to read an offensive lineman to see if he sets up in pass protection, if he fires out for a running play. The next thing is you got to check and see what the back's going to do. And if he hits up with the football, okay, now you got to check and see. Does an offensive lineman come downfield and try and block you? Are you going to try to elude it? Are you going to take him on and hold your...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great play there. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos will extend their lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. They set up the screen to Rawls. There goes Thomas Rawls. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Thomas Rawls. He scored on the ground and through the air. All right, now the Seahawks face a big two-point conversion attempt. Wilson going to throw for it. It's caught outright by Graham. And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. And as the fourth quarter winds down here, we're all even.
And no one wants this game to extend. They want to go ahead and win it right now.
On second down, Anderson looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle.
And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And they're going to try this again. It's another fake, but he will not make the first down marker. That'll be a turnover on downs. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They are already in field goal range. Let's see how they want to play this, Charles.
And I have a feeling I know how they want to play this already. Run the football to the hash mark that works best for their kicker. They already have the field goal unit lined up, ready to run out there and go get it done. They practice this. They understand the situation. And with that...
Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Another run, but this time it's Rawls. And he went. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. On third down, Procise. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a fourth down.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
And Hauschka's kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. And I tell you, when it comes to needing a field goal in closing seconds, pressure situation, there's something to be said for having a veteran kicker trot out there.
Agreed. It's so nice to have someone you can rely on, someone who you know has done it before. And this guy's as cool as they come, isn't he?
And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So the D-line's going to spread out.
All right, here we go.
One last shot for Lynch. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that